It was not until the wealthy young heir saw Anna lift the curtain beneath her food cart that everything changed. Inside lay a little girl wearing an oxygen mask, and the sight stunned him. In that moment, he finally understood. Anna worked during the day and sold fried noodles at night to raise money for her younger sister's surgery. Her sister had been born with a congenital heart condition, and the operation was their only hope. Watching Anna's thin figure push the cart away with her sister inside, he felt a wave of guilt he had never known before. He had embarrassed her countless times and made things difficult for her simply because he could. Now he realized how cruel he had truly been. The next day, he decided to do something for her, but when he returned to her usual spot, she was nowhere to be found. Her sister had suffered a sudden relapse, and Anna had rushed her to the hospital. The doctor informed her that the surgery would cost $500,000. With no other options left, she decided to sell her apartment. She immediately contacted the buyer and begged him to speed up the process. Fate dealt her another heavy blow. The buyer changed his mind because his son had been accepted to an out-of-state college. The deal was canceled. Desperate, she went to the property office and found the agent handling her case. She let go of all pride, knelt on the floor, and pleaded through tears for help finding a new buyer. She said the money was her sister's lifeline, and she could not afford to wait. By coincidence, the young heir was there to make a payment, and he witnessed the entire scene. He did not step forward. He simply watched quietly and then turned to leave. Instead, he went to see his estranged billionaire father. This time, he was not asking. He was demanding what he had earned. The Jhoan platform he had built had just tripled the company's stock price, and he requested the $1 million that belonged to him. When his father mocked him, he did not argue. After receiving the money, he only said thank you. His distant politeness left his father with mixed emotions. He chose not to appear at the hospital himself. He handed the $1 million to a friend and asked him to pay the hospital anonymously. He intentionally paid an extra $500,000 to ensure there would be no risk. On the receipt, the donor's name was left blank. When the surgery light turned red, his people waited outside and kept him informed. Meanwhile, Anna had fallen into despair. She rushed into the hospital holding her property deed, ready to use it as collateral and beg the doctors to begin the operation. Instead, she was told something unbelievable. The surgery had already been paid in full, $1 million. It was scheduled to begin immediately. Anna stood frozen in shock. She could not even gather half that amount, and she had no idea where the money came from. She asked the nurse to review the surveillance footage. The video was blurry. It showed two men wearing hats and masks who paid quickly and left without a word. She did not recognize them. All she could do was wait outside the operating room with confusion and gratitude filling her heart. Looking at her sister slowly waking up, Anna felt overwhelmed with emotion. When her sister asked if the surgery had been expensive, Anna held back her tears and told her that Santa Claus had visited early. After everything settled down, life gradually returned to normal. Her fried noodle stand continued to attract steady customers. One day, two familiar figures appeared again. It was the young heir and his friend. He pretended to be passing by and casually ordered 2 portions of fried noodles. He wanted to ask how she was doing, but he did not know how to begin. Anna recognized him as well, the man who had seen her at her most humiliated moment. She felt grateful, yet instinctively kept her distance. His friend William talked non-stop, trying to lighten the mood with clumsy philosophical references and awkward flirting. The young heir repeatedly cut him off and quietly ate while glancing at Anna. He listened as she explained her behavior at the property office that day. He responded with understanding and gently asked about her sister's recovery. He carefully maintained the appearance of a coincidence, afraid of seeming intentional. He did not realize that his disguise had already been partly seen through. At the kindergarten one day, an angry parent pointed at Anna's sister and shouted at the teacher. He claimed his son had been scratched and demanded compensation and an apology. His words were filled with insults, and he acted aggressively. Anna hurried over to understand what had happened. Her sister tearfully explained that the boy had first called her a child without parents. Anna's expression darkened immediately. She confronted the man and questioned why he allowed such cruel words. The man remained arrogant, believing the sisters had no power to fight back. At that moment, the young heir walked in calmly. He signaled for the door to be closed. The man's face turned pale the instant he recognized him. His arrogance disappeared and was replaced with forced politeness. The reason was simple. The man standing before him was his boss, Benjamin. Benjamin pulled him aside and stated coldly that he expected a sincere and complete apology. If the apology was not satisfactory, faced with the threat of losing his job, the man instantly changed his attitude. He bowed deeply to Anna, apologized repeatedly, and blamed himself for failing to discipline his child. He even forced his son to make peace, claiming the scratch was nothing serious. Later, Anna asked Benjamin why that parent had been so afraid of him. He casually explained that the man had once worked under him. He did not reveal that he was the heir to a multi-billion-dollar empire. He only wanted to approach the girl who sold fried noodles at night as an ordinary unemployed young man.